4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, Ranch and your Suck of Commentary. This is going to be the winner's match in Group 12 of the MSL Survivor Tournament. We have Calm facing off against SkyHigh on match point. We're going to have SkyHigh as the green Terran in the bottom left-hand position. The 7 o'clock, we're going to have Calm at the upper right position. The 1 o'clock as the, I believe that was what, the red Zerg player? No, the yellow Zerg player. Pardon. So they're going to be facing off against match point. A little bit more Terran favored. Just because they can sit on bases for a little bit longer, and Zergs have to spread themselves out a little bit to get that third base. Although I definitely think this map is good for mutas. That natural expansion's very much vulnerable, even if the Terrans hunker down like crazy, which they do. It's still a very good map for mutas at the Natural Expo. And we've seen some very interesting TVZs, such as the first set of the Nate MSL finals. That was a very interesting game because Jaedong went for mutas, and Flash did what he needed to do. He set up defenses at his natural, set up his defenses at his main. But what Jaedong did instead was he flew right into the main. Flash was at the 7 o'clock position, and Jaedong just flew to the main right from the 6 o'clock, completely avoiding. Flash did not have Medic Marines in position. So Jaedong's mutas just flew in there, completely avoiding pretty much almost all fire. And then once they got behind that mineral line, that was it. That was over. There was no chance for Flash. That his entire main was ransacked and burnt down to ashes. It was actually kind of beautiful to watch. Let's see. Initial racks coming in there for Sky is probably going to go, send on an SCV scout, probably going to go for 1 racks into Expo. Standard, good old standard TVZ these days. 12 hatch in the opposite side going for Calm. And that's basically the reaction these days from Zerg players going for this. He's just going to go for that 12 hatch just in case, because even if they go for, say, a 9 pull and try to go for some aggressive action, the Terrans, in most cases, will be able to push that back and just set themselves up economically and then just roll over the Zerg. So they don't want to open themselves up like that, therefore going for the 12 hatch. Scouting CV coming in here for SkyHigh, just making sure, yep, 12 hatch, so I can just sit out here, chill out for a little while. Then it's going to go inside the main spot. What's going on here? There, nothing special. Spawning pull extractor, nothing overall to OMG. Nothing too much to go OMG over. So let's see, gas starting mine now. I'm wondering what kind of build Calm's going to go for here. Might go for mutas because this is a decent map for mutas, at least early on. But the problem with mutas is there is quite a bit of distance between the maps. So at the very least, it's going to take a little bit to get them out there. But I think that's not going to be a problem for him. Probably is going to go for that. And at the very least, he's going to be able to hold SkyHigh inside of his base. That's not just getting that. It's not just important to get that damage done at the Natural Expo, but it's also very important to keep the Terran back in this game. Keep him inside of his base. You got to do some damage economically. Try to pick off a few SCVs. Try to pick up some turrets. Do some of that. Force him to rebuild some turrets. But you also want to be able to pick at his forces. Pick off some Medic Marines. Make sure that SkyHigh can't go out here. Lair is on the way. Where he should have mentioned that ages ago because the Lair started up ages ago. SkyHigh will just keeping with SCV inside. Not really many Zerglings built by Calm initially to harass much. Just a couple of Zerglings are going to try to go out there, try to get on the ground, but a 4 Marines going to be there to meet him, pick one up, and the other Zerglings are going to go back. Not really much money on Natural Expo, interestingly enough, for Calm. He's not really building up an economy at this point from what I can see. Just actually getting some Zerglings out there. Thinking maybe of going for an attack here, trying to catch SkyHigh off guard. We're going to see what he manages. He has 6 Zerglings out there. I think he's producing more. Only 5 Marines. He's going to go for this already. He has a Spider Muno coming up, but I think SkyHigh, he gets himself a little bit. He does pretty good micro there, though. Pushing back, losing more Marines than he wanted to there. Only has 2 Marines now to defend. He's going to be forced to pull SCVs off the line. He has to pull SCVs off the line to pen, putting down a bunker there. But even more Zerglings are going to come in there, trying to push some of them back with an SCV. Just trying to keep all of his Marines alive against these Zerglings, trying to put up the bunker. I think the SCV is going to get picked out by Zerglings. Has to be pulled, being forced to pull SCVs off the line just to block against those Zerglings. Meanwhile, a couple of those Zerglings are going to be able to go right inside of his base. They're not going to be too much of a threat, but are even more Zerglings coming up. Bunker is up for SkyHigh. Meanwhile, now all of his reinforcements are going to be attacked by those. Oh, God, Zerg is going to be able to get right inside. They're going to go right into his production line. SCV is going to kind of run around inside doing dance, making some love. something like that. Get down tonight. But Marines inside the bunker now, but not really preventing too many forces from coming inside of SkyHigh's base. Spire is on the way, so he's just going to kind of switch it up a little bit. Not getting all those zerglings out there. Very nice attack here. I think most of these are going to get picked off eventually. A couple of firebats coming down there, but SkyHigh is not going to have anything to defend against the eventual mutalisks that are going to be coming. Even if he manages to pick off the rest of these zerglings, still calm with beautiful zergling micro. And mutalisks already on the way, and absolutely nothing to defend against them. We're wondering whether SkyHigh even lets this continue on, losing so many forces, firing firebats, pushing some of those zerglings away. 4 of them going to run back. Might take a couple of hits from the bunker. Actually, no, just going to stay inside the main, try to do some micromanagement, try to pick up at least a firebat or so. Just a couple of firebats with medics to support. Zerglings don't think will manage to do too much more. By SkyHigh in a horrible position. You should know there are mutalisks coming his way. He has only a couple of Marines to fight against those. No turrets up, no eBay even close to being up. I don't think he has his academy, and I'm not even sure if he has enough resources to go for the stim. He probably has stim, but I'm not really, or I'm really researching it, but I'm not really quite sure what else he has. He's not sting up any of his forces, just those three Marines, maybe 4 to fight against these mutalisks. Mutalisks are going to be flying inside. They're going to be able to pick off as many SCVs as they wish. They're going to be able to go right inside of the production line as well, just in front of those racks. SkyHigh literally is going to go for a counterattack, thinking, well, do what I can, but his economy is so weak at this point, there's not really much else to say. A couple of mutalisks, 3-4 mutalisks, in fact, outside there for Calm, and GG has already come up. So Calm dominating his group fairly easily. 2 very quick games for him to get the win. Playing his usual smart self, winning games with brains and with a little bit of brawn on the side just to help. Never bad, you know. So Calm definitely feel you can tell by his demeanor that he wants to make up for his flimsy performance in the Nate MSL, where he got knocked out very quickly in the round of 32. So he definitely back in the round of 32 here to kind of make up for his mistake last time around. We're going to see what happens. So we're going to move on to the losers match and find out who's going to be facing off against SkyHigh in the final one. GG guys, wrenching out. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed.
지금 사실상 속이 좀 많이 상할 것 같아요. 조병 선수가 말이죠. 자, 이제 잠시 후에는 진출자가 탈락자가